My recent trip was a time for rest and new experiences. Sometimes life can feel a bit stagnant, so you need a change of scenery, new feelings, and something fresh to share when you return. Today, I want to talk about something I've realized after every trip or special event in life. We never truly know when something will be the last time. We tend to think everything will always be there until it's gone. It's only when we realize that every single moment, right here and now, will never return, that we learn to cherish every second of our lives. On my recent trip, I visited Fuyen, a stunning, pristine place with its own unique charm, and the people there were incredibly friendly and kind. I remember one moment when we were on our way back, driving past a beautiful road lined with lush, green grass on both sides. We saw many children walking in pairs, chatting and laughing. We bravely got out and asked if we could borrow their bicycles for a photo. The scene was just perfect: green grass, blue sky, and adding a bicycle would make it even more wonderful. At first, they seemed a bit hesitant, but soon they happily lent us their bikes. We laughed so much and took so many beautiful pictures. I'll never forget the sight of those children, giggling and talking amongst themselves. It made me a little jealous, actually, because I can't turn back time to be my old self. I remember everything about my student days, all my friends from back then. Some are still in touch, but many I haven't seen since. It's been over 10 years now. At the time, I never thought it was such a beautiful period. Looking back now, I realize that was when I was most innocent, most joyful, most naive. We had an energy that felt limitless, as if we could never get tired. We came up with so many games, did all sorts of mischievous things. First devils, second ghosts, third students, is a saying that definitely rang true for us. We had so many happy memories, and sad ones too. Thinking back now, some sad memories still make me cry, feeling hurt and alone, sometimes not even wanting to talk to anyone. There were times when many students said goodbye to each other, perhaps at the end of a school year, or even at the end of their entire school journey, stepping onto a new path. The moment I remember most from my student days was also a farewell in my final year of high school, nearly 10 years ago now. I remember being incredibly sad. Maybe now, looking back, I'm not as sad as I was then, but at that very moment, I cried so much. I knew that from tomorrow, I wouldn't be going to school anymore. From tomorrow, I wouldn't be with my friends, complaining about everything, chatting idly, snacking, and teasing each other. It was in that moment of farewell that I realized, nothing truly lasts forever. Nothing will always be there. Even now, as an adult working, I still miss those days of going to school. Looking back after 10 years, those worries seem so small, just beautiful memories. Whether they were sad or happy, looking back now, I find them all beautiful. Those moments when I had a crush on someone, but they didn't like me back, I thought I would be so heartbroken that I wouldn't get over it, that I'd never find anyone else. But after a long time, I realized that everything is beautiful, even the sadness, even the things I thought were so terrible. As the reel of life extends, as our lives unfold further, things we once considered serious and difficult become just a single moment in time. And every single one of those moments deserves to be cherished. Truthfully, I'm a bit of a sentimental person. When I go somewhere, I often remember the past. For example, when I go to the beach, I recall my memories by the sea, perhaps with a friend or a past love, anyone I shared that beach with. I believe there's nothing wrong with nostalgia. If we cling to old memories, dwelling on what's past, regretting it, missing it, longing for it, that will only exhaust you, making your heart race, not from present emotions, but from past yearning. But for me, nostalgia is a way to reflect and be grateful for everything I have now. I know sometimes you might feel fed up with everything happening, looking back at your past self in a certain moment. You might despise everything that's unfolding, considering it the worst. But eventually, when you look back, you'll find appreciation. Sometimes, when you're worried, it means it's time for you to transform and change. I've been to Dilat many times. It's a place I truly love, a place I genuinely want to return to over and over again. I've visited Dilat quite often with different people. Each time, I have new experiences with new companions. Among them, there are some I never saw again. That was my only trip with them. We never kept in touch, never saw each other in life again. I never thought it would be the last time. We went with such youthful spirit, so joyful and carefree, even making plans for future trips. We talked about upcoming journeys together, but no one knew that soon after, we wouldn't be together anymore. We never know when the last time will be. Sometimes, there isn't even time for a goodbye, and those moments can leave us tormented by regret for a very long time. I, too, have my regrets. But for those I love and cherish the most, I made sure to give them my very best, even when I had to leave. Whether we would meet again or not before I departed, I always gave them my final words, my goodbyes, and of course, my gratitude. I didn't apologize because I felt I had tried my very best. I had put in so much effort. I only thanked them for everything they had done for me. Don't you see that as time passes, some things will no longer be by your side? Everything changes constantly, and you do too. As you change, everything around you changes: friends, lovers, work. You might gain new friends, new relationships, but you will also inevitably lose old ones. That's just the natural course of things. Looking back later, everyone we meet is someone we were meant to encounter. Often, they are always there, by your side every day, and you take it for granted. Sometimes I wonder if we're overreacting, but how can you conquer your own emotions? If you're sad, just be sad. If you think something is a big deal and truly hurts, just accept that feeling in that moment. Live truthfully with your emotions. In time, I hope your life experiences will be enough to teach you that nothing lasts forever, and both joy and sorrow are inevitable in life. One day, we'll think of life as a small scene in your own long-running movie. You are the main character, and many others appear, they stay, or they leave. But we can't control everything. All we can do is live fully in the present moment. I don't know what you might be feeling overly sad or worried about right now, but later, when you look back, you'll smile at your current sorrows. There were times when I recorded videos of myself crying. I'd record and say a few things. A month later, looking back, I realized how silly I was then. In no time, those sorrows had faded so much, become so small. Perhaps this is just how we're meant to experience things. Nothing lasts forever, and we never know what tomorrow holds. So, with every emotion that comes, embrace it gently. Whether it's joy and happiness or sadness, savor that very moment without worrying or fearing too much. Feel it, and you'll find that all these things build genuine happiness within you because you're being honest and comfortable with yourself in that moment. Nothing is forever, and we can never truly know how long we exist on this earth, who will always be by our side, or who will leave. All we know is that in this very moment we can be grateful. When we live with gratitude, cherishing all our present feelings, suddenly your suffering and weariness lessen considerably. Sometimes, looking back, you might even feel grateful. Grateful for those moments of deep pain and exhaustion because they made you stronger now. If we were to say we shouldn't live with much hope or much love, it would be hard to live at all. So, keep hoping, keep dreaming, and keep loving. Don't suppress your emotions. Just live authentically, true to who you are. Even if someone hurts you, even if someone doesn't reciprocate your love, even if someone looks down on you, even if things don't go as you wish, hope, then disappointment. But at least we still have faith in this life to live it to the fullest until the very last moments. When we're young, we think the sorrows before us are the worst things, impossible to overcome. But life is full of ups and downs, both joy and sadness. Accept it, and suddenly your heart feels lighter. When I look back at old photos, I see so much change in myself, certainly for the better. Have you ever looked back at your younger self? I have a group of close friends from over 10 years ago, and we often send each other silly childhood photos, saying, "Oh my God, has it really been over a decade?" Even now, I can't explain why time flies so fast. It feels like just yesterday I was a child, and now I'm almost 30, sitting here reminiscing and sharing my feelings with you all. The older I get, the more I see the magic of life, how our human emotions, my own emotions, never repeat themselves. No two feelings are ever exactly alike. When you love one person, then another, even your kisses will have different sweet and bitter tastes each time. If you're sad today, it will be different from the sadness of tomorrow. If you're happy today, it will be different from the joy of yesterday. Emotions about anything are unique and truly magical. Time doesn't just loop as you might think. It's different every time. The sadness of an 18-year-old girl with a broken heart is different from the loneliness of a 28-year-old woman. Your first breakup will be different from your second or third. Everything is a wonderful experience in life. These different emotional states, all of them are incredibly valuable. Perhaps before, I always sought joy and happiness, always looked for things I thought I needed to make life beautiful. But now, it's different. I cherish all the rainy days, all the sunny days, all the sad and happy emotions, the terrible days, and even the days full of hope. Everything that comes, I accept with more ease. I no longer overthink any sadness or get lost in any joy because I know life will always continue and I myself am still changing. I believe that to live our youth without regret, perhaps starting today, we should be grateful for all the emotions we have, truly live in the present moment, and value everyone we're connected to. Because we never know when it will be the last time. We can never know if someone who is very close to us today might not be in our lives tomorrow. Be grateful for all the joys, as they will be important material when you're sad. When you're sad, remembering those joys can ease the pain a little. And of course, be grateful for the sorrows and disappointments too, because it's through them that you realize how essential, important, and special joy truly is. So, if I had to say how to live our youth to the fullest, it would be to cherish all emotions, all the ups and downs, all the innocence of youth, everything that happens.